Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on January 6, 2023. Old Nazi map sparks treasure hunt in the Netherlands. Afghan aid at risk from Taliban ban on women, warns United Nations. The Guardian, Afghan women banned from university, the women resisting the Taliban's decision, France 24 English. France 24 English. Taliban's move to block women aid workers disrupts and divides NGOs. Financial Times, UN Security Council to meet next week on Taliban ban on female aid workers. NDTV, Taliban's ban on female aid workers. This is a red line for us, NGO head says, France 24 English. Spain tobacco firms to pay to clean up cigarette butts. BBC, WION climate tracker. Tobacco companies to pay for cleanup, World News, English News, WION. WION, tobacco companies to foot the bill for cigarette butts in Spain. The Independent, tobacco companies must pay for cleanup of discarded cigarettes in Spain. Euronews, tobacco companies must pay for cleanup of cigarette butts under Spanish law. Investors pressure top firms to halt production of toxic, forever chemicals. The Guardian, detoxifying chemistry for a circular future. Atmospheric river storm hits California, killing at least 2. Sky News, huge storm hits California with damaging winds, heavy rains. The Independent, California bomb cyclone, videos show scale of storm is flooding hit state. Newsweek, 60,000 still without power after California storms. RTE.ie, huge storm pummels California. Ash Barty announces on Instagram she is pregnant. The Guardian, Ash Barty announces pregnancy with adorable picture of protective big sister. The Mirror, Ash Barty and husband Gary Kissick expecting their first child together. Daily Mail, Ashley Barty announces pregnancy, 2023 set to be the best year yet. Tennis World USA, Ashley Barty announces she is pregnant as dad-to-be Gary Kissick gushes over Little Red. Brexit, thousands of Britons expelled from EU since end of transition period. China COVID, wave of celebrity deaths sparks doubt over actual toll. The Guardian, China COVID, celebrity deaths spark fears over death toll. BBC, celebrity deaths in China fuel concerns over country's official COVID death tally. The Independent, celebrity deaths trigger questions over China's COVID death toll cover-up. The Telegraph, Chinese celebrities' COVID deaths subvert propaganda push to minimize outbreak. Leak reveals Roman Abramovich's billion-dollar trusts transferred before Russia sanctions. Andrew Tate, investigation that could bring down king of toxic masculinity. The Guardian, Andrew Tate is answering a question we won't attempt to. The New Statesman, I've seen behind the curtain of men like Andrew Tate, and I believe I know how to beat him. The Independent, who is Tristan Tate? All we know about Andrew Tate's brother arrested in human trafficking raid. The Independent, the arrest of Andrew Tate, the king of toxic masculinity, podcast. Ukraine war, Western allies to send fighting vehicles to Kyiv. BBC, US and Germany agree to send infantry fighting vehicles to Ukraine. The Guardian, President Zelensky calls on West to send more tanks and armored vehicles. The Independent, US and Germany to send light tanks to Ukraine after France commits fighting vehicles. The Telegraph, Ukraine clinches US, German armored vehicles, Euractiv.com. Jair Bolsonaro wrecked Brazil's presidential palace, TV report suggests. Ovidio Guzmán-López, 29 killed during arrest of El Chapo's son. BBC, Mexican cartel target airport and create burning blockades after El Chapo's son captured. Guardian News, we threw ourselves to the floor, Mexican passenger plane caught in cartel crossfire. Reuters.com, explainer, why Ovidio Guzmán is one of Mexico's most wanted men. Reuters Canada, passengers plane shot at and helicopters on strafing runs after arrest of El Chapo's son. Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 317 of the invasion. The Guardian, Ukraine rejects President Putin's Russian Orthodox Christmas truce, BBC News. BBC News, Ukraine war, Kyiv rejects Putin's Russian Orthodox Christmas truce. BBC, Putin's brief ceasefire is just a prelude to further escalation of this bitter war. iNews, signs of fighting after Russia says unilateral truce comes into force in Ukraine, France 24. Kevin McCarthy hopes for deal as U.S. House Speaker fight hits day 4. BBC, McCarthy loses historic 11th vote for House Speaker. The Times and the Sunday Times, 3 days. 11 votes. Still no U.S. House Speaker. BBC, the Republicans' descent into dysfunction. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.